Greetings, goddesses and gods. Kuya te yana ministi, kuya te siti tirumaya ne katare sutu yatrani kimune te ta. Oita tishti kitamone. Tu ketere yeni histu huya, tikiti. Tu sotamane kendara yeni kitu huya. Havo yadla ya moya ta. Ya. Yetikinumaya dishti kitu tu kuke kakalaya. Greetings. I'm going to discuss a little something that I've been thinking about. Since we all know that, we're all about the mind here, and that's what it's all about, is the mind right now. So, let me clear the throat. All right, check it out. You cannot change a problem that from the same level of consciousness that brought the problem about. Well, what does that mean? Well, let's analyze this quickly. It means that you need to change your fucking mind. It means that you need to change the way you speak to yourself. It means that you need to analyze yourself. You need to study yourself. What are you saying inside? How are you using the voice inside that brought this problem about? You need to change your fucking mind. You need to change the way you speak. Everything's spoken into existence. We speak everything into existence. It don't matter. Look, so when you are consciously aware of this situation, when you really see that, and when you change, so how do you change a problem that brought it there? Well, what were you thinking about? I'm gonna tell you something else that was below the scale. And if you don't know what the scale is, then guess what? That's your business. That's not my problem. Do the research. Look these things up. Ascension Scale. Look it up. I created it. And if you don't know below the flat line, then ask me. You don't know what the flat line is, then ask what the fuck the flat line is. So we're not going to get into that. But the fact that when you're aware of this, you need to fix a problem. Now you can use your higher perspection. You see what I'm saying? I'm making words up. Making 3-4 words into one. So you have a higher perception now. Looking at it. A higher perception means that you're above. Right? You're above the scale now. You're above that scale, that flat line. You're rising. This has all things to do with ascension. It's not out there. There's no ascension out there. And you want to find it out there. Because it's false. Believe me, I know this through experience. It is false. This is what the ascension is. It's your mind. All is the mind. We live in the mind. We all are mind. We live in the mind. Everything you see because you see it. We can look at the same house, but it ain't the same house. We can look at the same people, and they ain't the same people. We can look at the tree, it ain't the same tree we seeing. And I tell you what, one's higher and one's lower. And that's the way it goes. Once you're consciously aware of your thinking, your thoughts, the way you speak to yourself, you see it. And then you can feel it. Because what happens is you feel your rise. You're rising up. You're ascending up. Let's get rid of what corporate ascension means. That's not what that means. And people they're not zapping up in the sky like that. And all this other nonsense. This is not corporate. This is you. Universe. This is what ascension is, our thoughts. Imagine that back in the day, I've been with the divine speech that I've been studying. Imagine back in the day how the gods spoke to each other. There was no belittling. There was no "you're too fat, skinny," and all that bullshit. This color, that, la, la. There was none of that shit. Nobody told them anything. Nobody fucking knew anything. They created it. They created it. They spoke it into existence. And if you can swallow that pill, think about the body. It's, we're in third-dimensional reality. So, but before the body, there was this voice traveling in this voice's dimension. To get here to the earth, the inner voice created this outer extension of itself, the body, to be in this dimension. Once you realize that you're not just in this dimension, but you're also in another dimension, you now are free. Because whatever happens to you here in this dimension is not your only reality. This is how Jesus and the ancient witches and the ancient philosophers who was put to death, this is how they were able to hang on the cross or get burned at the stake or get thrown in the river or whatever the fuck it was, or drink some poison. They said, do it. They went inside. They went to the inner voice and said, do what you want with the body. I'm not here. I'm not here. And once you realize that level of consciousness to where you identify yourself as the inner voice and not the outer voice, where you're speaking, it's a being in the body speaking through the body. It's not just the body speaking no more. It's the powerful one speaking, the creator. This is the whole Ascension. Alright, peace, love, and all of the bullshit. Unicorn, magic, fart dust. Did you hear that? I've been tripping, not literally, but if you know anything about the spirit world, it's what we call psyche world. Psyche, it's the mind, breath, and soul. But when you have so if you ever experimented with LSD or any psilocybin or any of these other hallucinogenic shit, then you know what I'm talking about. You know that it's soul revealing. In the Greek language is psychedelic. Think. They don't want you to think. They don't want you to ask questions. They don't want you thinking. They want you to be, you be a team player. Keep having 10 jobs. Keep supporting your fucking 12 children. I'm not nothing wrong with it. That's just what their design is designed to do, that. To get you away from your mind. They strip it from you. They take it from you. And they rip it your fucking heart out. They don't give a fuck about you. They want your mind. The mind will take care of everything else. The body always follows the mind. Remember that, because the voice created the body. So it's got to follow that voice around. It's the voice's servant. It's the slave to the voice. The human body is a slave to the inner voice. Crazy, yo. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to fucking get going. I love you guys. A lot of things more happening here. I just got all kinds of stuff going on. I don't even know if I said the experience or not. I might not have, but I went through a crazy experience of sort of like projecting energy, your actual being. But we can get into that later, because it's a whole new Reiki system that I'm designing. A whole new everything is being rebuilt. I love you guys. Stay tuned. Be unique, be magical, and all the other bullshit. I'll see you soon. I love you.